Thank you for calling the ASMR Help Desk. How may I help you today? Today we are going to be actually playing with a deck that I highlighted last week called Raaats on Magic the Gathering Arena, or Magic Arena, I believe is its actual name. I played a bunch of games this afternoon, and I thought it would be fun to just go back over them and talk about what was happening, why I made the decisions I did. Also, please know that I am not a competitive player, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I will highlight them when I see them. So let's go ahead and get started. So here is the first game. I had a pretty good opening hand. Couple of lands, a 1-drop, and a couple of 2-drops. So this was actually an excellent opening hand. And I got a pack rat, so I dropped him. And then I won the game. That's how powerful pack rats are. Now in reality, my opponent probably didn't want to play against pack rats, so he decided to just what is called in the Magic the Gathering community as scoop. That was another good beginning hand. Had a very pleasant opponent. This time I didn't have any pack rats, so I decided to just play my typhoid. Typically, I hold off and wait to play my pack rat if I can, because my pack rat can turn anything into another pack rat, so it's more advantageous to play that. But since I didn't have one, I just decided to go with that. Now, as you can see, my opponent has been destroying every creature I dropped, which I didn't mind too much at this point because I assumed I would have a lot of creatures, and I had a lot of creature kill as well, so I figured he'd go ahead and can waste it on my typhoid rats and my rat colonies. I will hopefully get a pack rat soon. Or a Piper of the Swarm, or something else. Oh, he plays oh, there, I got my Piper. And, I decided the smart play would play my Piper, which would give my rat colony menace, which basically means that it can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures, and he only has 1, so essentially, he or she, essentially it would make it unblockable, and that's what I did. And he took out my Piper. And it was at this point I decided to murder his creature. And then I got myself another typhoid rat. And decided to destroy his other creature. I think that was a misplay on my part. I should have not gone for the, I should have saved that drag to the underworld for his Terror of the Peaks. Because once he dropped that Terror of the Peaks, it was game over for me. Though I should have attacked with the typhoid there, because he wouldn't have blocked, because my typhoid has Death Touch. Not that it would have mattered. At this point, I knew I had lost the game, so I'm pretty sure I myself scooped. I think at this point, yeah, it was at this point I scooped because I knew, yeah, because I knew that I didn't have a chance. It's customary in the Magic community to, if you realize you've lost, to just go ahead and concede. That was a pretty good opening hand. Then I got my pack rat, so I decided to hold off, though I don't think I had a 1-drop. So this is a life gain deck, and I was feeling pretty confident at this point. Now, if I drop that rat colony, I'm going to be very annoyed at myself. Oh my god. I should have lost this game. I absolutely should have lost this game. I should not have played the rat colony. I should have played the pack rat. I do believe in this game that I got mana screwed. That's a term in Magic that refers to being unable to play cards because you don't have enough mana, you don't have enough resources. Now, I had a lot of 2-drop cards in my hand, but I had a couple that needed just 1 or 2 more mana to play, and I just didn't get it until too late. And it started to get out of hand at this point for me. I'm debating on whether I should play my pack rat or my cast down. I chose the pack rat, which was probably the smart play. And then at this point, it was at this point that I knew I'd probably lost this game. I held on to it because I thought there might be a chance if I could get enough creature kill. And when I realized that by killing that one creature it would turn his other creature back into a useless enchantment, I realized it was probably I had a chance, but then this turn happened and it just ended everything. I did hold on though. I don't think I scooped until a little bit later. And my apologies. I think these happen. This game is happening very fast, so I should have taken out the Soul Warden earlier. Once I realized that this deck ran on gaining life, I should have taken out the Soul Warden. I'm sorry that if things are happening too fast, I can't explain them all. I might, if there's interest, I might go back and slow down the video and go through step by step if people are interested. Let me know in the comments below. And here I thought I had a potential fighting chance, especially this burglar rat, which forces my opponent to discard a card. Kind of hoped that that I could maybe get something going, but he started creating the Johnny Pridemates, and I just didn't have a prayer. I still didn't get a land. This was... yeah, and that Authority of the Consoles. Whenever I drop a creature, he gains a life, and, all my creatures come in tapped. Yeah, that was pretty much all she wrote at this point. There was that 3rd land, but too little too late. And then this was a major misplay on my part. I decided to use the murder. Sorry, spoilers. So I used the murder, but I used it on a pride mate, and I should have used it on an ascendant, because the ascendants actually gain flying. And the second I selected the pride mate is when I realized I had misplayed. And when he played this, gained the 2 life, and I realized that I just built up my creatures. He was about to gain another life. That would make them flying, those alone. So I just went ahead and conceded at this point. This was definitely a good opening hand. It had a pack rat and a Piper of the Swarm, and a rat colony, and another Piper of the Swarm, which was nice. And then what I did there was I turned my rat colony into a pack rat. And then played Rhythm of the Wild. And I decided to continue turning my rat colonies into pack rats, even though I had a pack rat that I could have dropped. I didn't have a 1-drop, so it didn't matter. I just had the perfect opening hand here. And apparently this player didn't have any creature kill, so they didn't have a way to stop me from basically getting out of hand. So at this point I decided to drop my Piper of the Swarm. And, or did I? Let's see, let's find out. Yeah, I played my Piper of the Swarm, and which made all my rats have menace, which means need to be blocked by 2 or more. And since he only has 1, they're essentially unblockable. I should have dropped my typhoid rats before I did that attack. I would have won the game. But I didn't. That was a misplay on my part. If I had played my typhoid rats, my pack rats would have been 4/4s, and the 3 would have done 4. The 3 rats would have done 4 each. But because I didn't, he basically, this player, while that misplay was a mistake on my part, it does give me an opportunity to show you something that I strongly suspect was roping. If you're not familiar with the concept, I believe it's called roping here in Magic the Gathering as well. But it's the concept that, as you can see, it's not my turn, it's the opponent's turn. He knows he's lost. He knows the next turn he's lost. Now, I will caveat this, or I will disclaimer here at the beginning. I don't know this for certain. They could have lost connection. And sometimes that happens with Arena. They will lose connection, and the system will still think they're connected, and essentially you're playing against nothing. But what typically happens is if somebody is losing a game, and they know they're going to lose, they'll do something called roping. And the reason why it's called roping is because in the Hearthstone video game, the timer, like you see under his avatar at the top, it looks like a burning rope, like a fuse. And what they'll do is the opponent who is annoyed that they're losing, they just won't do anything. And they'll let the rope burn down, and then either do an action right before the rope burns out, or just lets it burn out and let the timer do the damage. I'm not sure they could have lost connection, but I think this was a rope because I was able to attack and they have an opportunity to respond to decide whether they block, and this person didn't, which means that they would automatically lose because they used all of their timeouts. So instead of dying because they were attacked by my creatures, they died because they let the timer run out. It's essentially an annoying and childish way people can be on Magic: The Gathering Arena. Now again, this opponent may not have done this, but and the only reason why I can't be certain is because they didn't do anything. The reason why I suspect I would be sure if they had done something right before the timer ran out, but the rest of my opponents were not jerks. So, and if you play on Arena, don't rope. It's not nice. Like seriously, that's actually something I don't like about Arena is it doesn't have the gathering in its name or in actuality. That's what I enjoy most about Arena. See, this opponent even complimented me on my card. I actually didn't see that, and now I feel bad that I didn't respond. But yeah, this game pretty much played out exactly as I'd hoped. I don't even think there's a point. There might have been a point where they may have had me on the ropes, but I honestly don't think so. This is essentially the way this deck is supposed to work. Is it's supposed to be just create pack rat after pack rat after pack rat. I tried getting Helm of the Host out just to see if I could play with that, but and again that was, oh wait, no, that wasn't a misplay. Well, actually it could have been. I could have, yeah, that was I did it again. I didn't even notice it. I could have created another pack rat off of anything that I did there, and yeah, he probably would have blocked, but I could have created a pack rat, destroyed the other creature, and then won the game. So I could have won the game a little earlier than I did. Yeah, so what I did here, yeah, I believe what I did here was I destroyed one, or did I equip? Oh, I did, because I'm dumb. Yeah, I equipped because I wanted to. I think I just really wanted to. I did say good game, see, good game. So, there were a couple ways I could have played that. This is another excellent opening hand. And, okay. Drop a card and then I drop my pack rat. And really, like I said, this is how this should run. It's just pack rat after pack rat after pack rat. Everything else is in difference to that. I did have one game where I couldn't get my pack rats out, and, or I could actually, but I needed to get my Piper of the Swarm involved. And there was just a lot of back and forth and trying to get that to work. I did play an opponent that I don't think I included here just because the game was so long, that had a deck with like 242 some odd cards in it, but he ended up beating me. So I think there must be a meta deck or something that people are playing right now. That's just silly. But yeah, at this point I've won the game because even if they drop 2 creatures, I have enough. Yeah, just my Piper of the Swarm. And I think I learned from my mistake. I dropped my Typhoid Rat to make them 4/4s, and then all attack. And that was just enough to defeat them, so I learned from my mistakes. And I believe this is the final game that we're going to cover today. I didn't have a pack rat, so I just dropped my Typhoid Rat. And this time I just attacked with the Typhoid and then played a rat colony. The nice thing when you have a creature with Death Touch is you can just keep attacking with it, and 9 times out of 10 they won't block. I always get worried when they are looking, when the card gets highlighted like that, that means they're reading your card, and I always get worried that they're about to destroy my card. And I decided to block this because I knew I had other rats that I could drop. And I also decided to attack or drop a burglar rat to get them to discard a card. Just pinking away at him. And this game was a little the opposite of that other one where I just had a ton of mana. And I decided to take out his Frenzied RX. Attack with 2, still pinking away at him. Now that card means anytime he attacks with it, he can pick a card that can't block. So that, while typically that would be very good, it essentially just allowed me to continue attacking with my Typhoid Rat. So I think I made, oh no, yeah, I did attack with it, because I know he would select the Typhoid Rat every time. Every time he attacked with his Clamor Shaman, if I could block with my Typhoid Rat, he would say, can't block with it. So I basically just freed it up to attack every time, because he's not going to block it. And now I have 3 rat colonies. And I figured save dropping my rat colony until after. Now, that pretty much means that guarantees he's not gonna And then I got the cast down, and that was game over. Pretty much for him. He didn't have a chance at that point. Yeah, because he doesn't have any cards in his hand. So, even if he dropped another creature, I could attack with everything and probably get through. So, he scooped. And that is the end of our playing the game Magic Arena with Raaats. I do apologize that I didn't get too much into the nitty-gritty. I was just doing a high level. This is what I was thinking while I played the game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. And let us know if this is the type of content you're interested in. Thank you so much for calling. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. This show is part of the CIP network, where we inspire creativity one episode at a time.